Hello, Team Allied Oil. Today we will review commingles and the proper flushing procedures. Today's training will include a review of the flush chart, the flush volume calculator, and the bulk unloading sequence chart. We will also walk you through the steps of flushing when repacking products. Keep in mind that not all warehouses are set up the same, so feel free to ask questions to your supervisors or regional vice president. Let's get started by understanding what a commingle is and how to prevent from having one. A commingle is defined as mixing or blending two or more products together that do not belong together. Our customers trust us to deliver pure, quality product to them, so it's vital that we follow the DPQA procedures number 12 for container filling and procedure number 14 for flushing. Product flushing is important anytime you are dealing with multiple lubricants in a single line. Although the best way to avoid commingles would be to have product dedicated lines, this is not always possible. You could handle multiple lubricants in your warehouses when offloading bulk tankers, filling totes, filling drums, kegs, or pails. Flushing is the process of eliminating a lubricant product out of your hose and pumping system. After proper flushing, you can move to the next lubricant product and pump out of the same hose without contaminating the lubricant. In this training, we will outline and show you the best ways to flush your pumping system and hoses. We do this with the help of the theoretical flush volume calculator, the flush chart, and the bulk unloading sequence chart. The theoretical flush volume calculator is used to determine the amount of flush you need to clear your line based on the size and length of your hose. This calculator is completely customizable to match the equipment you have in your specific location. Every warehouse is required to have these posted by the fill stations, so ask your supervisor where they are located if you cannot find them. This chart will provide you with the reduced common volume, and with the help of the flush chart will ensure that you are correctly flushing without wasting lubricants. The flush chart is a breakdown of the flush amounts by product groups. Some product groups may require more flushing due to the nature of the next product group you will pump. If a lubricant is heavier, it may take longer to clear the hose. The chart is very easy to use. To use the chart, just find the product group that is currently in your hose, then find the next product group you will pump and follow the chart. For example, if you are going from an HDMO product to a PCMO product, you would need to flush 2 times the reduced common volume. But if you were going from a PCMO to an ATF, you would need to flush 4 times the amount. We always recommend using a separate pump for ATF. Keep in mind that a lot of ATF is dyed red, and if it is ran through the oil line, it will most likely dye the oil red. You should also have a bulk unloading sequence chart posted. This chart is very handy to reference to understand the unloading sequence when unloading bulk tankers into your warehouse. For example, if you have a tanker that has both PCMO and HDMO products on it. Now that you understand what commingles are and how flushing helps us keep the product pure, let's watch a video on how to properly clear the lines in your warehouse. We understand not all warehouse equipment is the same, so we will review how to reverse the line to clear your line and how to walk the line.
Clearing the line is important anytime you are filling a container, filling a tote, or even offloading a bulk tanker. Clearing your line is referred to as getting the oil that you were previously pumping out of the line to use it for the next product. This is clearing it out of the pump and the hose that you were using. Some warehouses have the capability to reverse the line. To reverse the line in a warehouse that can, You come over to the pumping system. You will turn the pumping system on. You will switch it to reverse. You will release the handle, turn it on, and press start. This will suck the oil that is currently in the line, reverse it, and go back into the tanks. If you're in a warehouse that doesn't have the ability to reverse the pump, or if you're using the driver's pump to offload product, you need to be sure to walk the line to get the oil out of the line before continuing on to the next product. This takes 2 people to avoid spillage. I have Roger from the Wichita branch helping me out today, and we're going to show you how to clear this line, which currently has some HDMO product, into our segregated line flush for HDMO. Things you're going to need is you're going to need your flush container, you need spill pads, you need to have your spill kit ready just in case, safety glasses, and gloves. Now we're going to go through the process of how to walk this line. So the first thing you want to do is get one end of the hose and put it into your flush container bucket. So we will pull the cap off and put it to the end of the bucket. Roger will then roll his end up on itself. This will push the oil from the end of the hose into the bucket. Now you want to make sure to do this till the line is completely empty. All right, once that line is empty, put the cap back on, and this line is ready to be used to move on to the next product. Now be sure to flush into segregated product group flush containers and avoid product flush group when possible. Your branch may actually have a hoist to assist with lifting the hose. If it does, talk to your regional vice president or supervisor for additional guidance. That is the proper way to walk the line.
There are a few tips when it comes to flushing that are important to remember. Always flush into containers that are properly marked as such. Keep as much product group flushed together as possible. Also, when it comes to 020, regardless of brand, you must always flush unless you are going from a PCMO to a PCMO and are pumping over 100 gallons of the next product. However, when moving from an Allied product to a competitor's product, remember the 10% rule. For example, if you are going from an Allied Oil 520 to a competitor's 520 and are pumping 100 gallons or more of the competitor's 520, there is no need for additional flush. The reason for this is because you are pumping more than 10% of the product that would be in the hose line. Another example would be if your line last contained Pennzoil 520 and you are topping off a tote of Allied Oil 520 with 200 gallons of product. The tote currently has 50 gallons of product in it prior to filling. No flush is required because you are moving to another lubricant in the same family with the same viscosity and are pumping more than 10% of the Pennzoil 520 product that's in the line. If you are using the same pumping system and are moving from a PCMO to an HDMO product, regardless of brand, you are required to flush 2 times the reduced common volume. We must always document flush on the appropriate forms to keep our inventory accurate. Your supervisor will go into more detail while providing hands-on training. Proper flushing is essential to our business. This not only ensures we are giving our customer the quality product they ordered, but will also save our company money by ensuring we are not flushing too much and disposing of good lubricants. If you have any questions about the flushing procedures or flushing of specific product groups, feel free to talk with your supervisor or regional vice president. Thank you and have a wonderful day.